Hi, it's Lori with Positive Thanks Living, day 2 of the 7 Days Summer Digi 2021 collaboration with Kara, Brandon, and Dear Julie Julie. So today, here are the papers, or what I've done with the papers to this point, cutting things out and just making things into journaling cards, adding some sewing, playing with the different things that were offered through the collaboration kits. So I'll try and stay in frame. And here is one of the journaling cards. I increased the size and I made it so that I could create a booklet. I'll be putting some of the cards that I sewed around and backed on to craft cardstock as a pockets or tucks. And on the inside, I'm going to add some journaling papers, sew them in. But this here, I thought I'd show you. Sorry, I'm reaching. I like to use tracing paper, but sometimes I want to have the color that I prefer. So what I did was paint on tracing paper to get different colors, so I can use them in my crafting. And this is just kids watercolor paint and kids tracing paper, but it turned out really fun. And that's me practicing actually painting, but that's another video. I'll link below where I show you how I made these. So, not today, we can add some of the green to be like green leaves on the strawberries. I also have this poem and a few sayings to add. Holy strawberries, Batman, we're in a jam. That isn't how Robin sounds. I've never actually recently watched the Batman and Robin, the old-fashioned cartoons, so I couldn't tell you how he sounds. Maybe you can do a better job. You are very sweet. But here is the poem. Strawberries that in gardens grow are plump and juicy fine, but sweeter far, as wise men know, spring from the woodland vine. Yeah, I had a bunch of sayings about watermelon yesterday's, because we had a bunch of watermelon pictures. So I created you can download it from positivethanksliving.com if you're interested. I just have a few for strawberries today that I found, and the poem is one of them. If you're interested in reading the rest of the poem, it'll be on Positive Thanks Living shortly when I write the next post. But for today, let's just do a little bit of crafting with the very pretty digitals from Kara, Brandon, and Dear Julie Julie. I've done some sewing. And this is how my sewing machine no longer, it's very old, no longer does going backwards. So this is how I've found to make sure that it doesn't, when I sew, the ends don't unravel. I just take them and tie them like so. And I'm not one for letting the threads hang. Maybe you are. Yeah, for me, I get confused very easily. So if I have a bunch of hanging threads, I'm wondering what I've done wrong. So that's how I take care of it. I sew edge to edge, and then I can tie them in a knot or a bow. No, a knot. And just cut off. So there's just a wee bit of a tag showing. All right, on the inside, what I thought I'd do is, oh, here, I gotta do these now. I should have done them before, I'm sorry. How are you doing? I want to say thank you so much, so very much to all the subscribers that have joined me here on this channel. I mean, it's exciting to be together and to craft together. It's a joy to be a part of this community of people who like to play with paper. We get so many good ideas from each other, don't we? It's lovely to be able to take our minds off of things that are not comfortable and onto something a little more positive. At least that's my view. So I thought what I'd do is I'd make this a tuck. So I can just put something, like a card or something here. Probably one of these. I'll just stick it there. So a corner tuck. Now I've challenged myself, and believe me, I wonder sometimes whether that was a good choice, but yeah, you know how that goes. If you don't start somewhere, you end up going nowhere. I've challenged myself to make 7 journals out of all these digitals. I'll print them off more than once. And they'll all be very simple journals. So let's decide how to decorate this later. One signature journals, very simple. Nothing too crazy, but still pretty. Now here, if you notice the stitching, I ran my bobbin ran out of thread, which was very annoying, I must say. All of a sudden you're sewing away and you're realizing I'm making holes in the paper, but that's all that I'm doing. I thought what I would do is put something here. And I have a little envelope filled with the bits and pieces from Kara's Friday freebies. So I'll put one of them there. Isn't that a lovely looking piece of cake? On the weekend, we were privileged to be a part of another couple's 40th wedding anniversary celebration. And so they had a lovely dinner in their home. Not too many because of you know what, but yeah, we had a chance to spend time together and enjoy, let's put this strawberry on, each other's company. But the reason I say it is because of the cake. They had an amazing cake with a filling that was so delicious. Whether it was strawberry or raspberry, I don't know right now. It might have been raspberry, but regardless, it was lovely. So we had some time to spend with them, and yeah, all the safety precautions were being taken into account. I mean, important. Just because we're all vaccinated doesn't mean that we're out of the woods yet. Okay, I think I'll put this seam binding. Oh no, here. How about some rickrack? Do they still call that rickrack? I don't remember. Let's put that down there. Yep, just like so. How are you doing? Are you well? I hope you're well. Keeping your mind on things that are sweet Just like, yeah. We have to work at keeping our attention on the things that are good. It's not always a natural way of being, is it? That's why I love this crafting with paper. I can make things and give them away, and the process of making it in and of itself is very therapeutic. Keeps you focused on good things. All right, let's just tuck that strawberry in there. Just like so. All right, so now we have the inside of the booklet. This won't be an actual journal. I think I'll just put maybe 4 or 6 pieces of paper in here. To be very blunt, I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing with it yet. I may just give it away to someone. I like the opportunity to gift what I make. Even if they just use it for grocery lists, that's fine. I don't care. Okay, this will be a pocket on the outside. And one of these little cards can go in like so. All right, now something for the back. How about here? This can go on the back. I don't think I've tied these, or have I? Let's tie these. In each of the single signature journals that I'm making, they have a page from a cookbook. It was given to us when we were traveling. My husband was speaking to different groups on values in business. And this group, as a gift, one of the things they gave him was a junior league cookbook from Louisiana. So it was interesting to see all the regional recipes from families that about different things that they make. But in each of the journals that I'm making, so this is my prototype, I'm adding a recipe. So this one has lemon icebox tort, and I'll see if I can find out. Here they are. They'll have lemon recipe or a strawberry recipe or something like that. They're all from desserts. So here's another one. This one has strawberry glazed pie, and this one has strawberry cake. You get the idea. They're all from the same book, and because they're yellow, the pages, I thought they were fun to share with everybody. Now I'm thinking someone can write on the outside of here, so I don't want to cover up too much. Here we go. Do you have favorite recipes for strawberries? It was our daughter-in-law's and daughter's birthday this weekend. Well, we celebrated this weekend. Their birthdays are actually earlier. They're born on the same day. Can you believe that, huh? We joke with our son that he did that deliberately to make sure he would never forget either of their birthdays. But I digress. Our daughter-in-law, she has a shortbread pound cake she really loves, and she enjoys having it with strawberries. So Yeah, that's what we eat the strawberries with. Let's cut this out here. So I cut up 3 boxes of strawberries and just a tiny bit of sugar on top to get the juices flowing, and hand it over this pound cake that I baked. Turned out really well. I was quite pleased. There we go. Let's put that down here. I hope you can see. Sorry if I'm not properly in the view. Something down here. Now we have this card. I think this was something that I found. I don't believe this was in the, although it could be in Cara's. Yeah, there we go. So print it out and put it on the craft paper. I've noticed many of those that are making ephemera in this challenge are backing their images onto cardstock. Some of them are putting on gingham. Oh, that would be lovely. I don't think I have any of that, but I might have some brighter cardstock. Our daughter's crafting things came to live at our house, so it was kind of fun to, every time I go into the boxes where all my craft stuff are, I discover new things. So I'd like to go in and see if I can find some brighter colors to back some of the ephemera coming up for the next few days. All right, so we have something that goes on here. Maybe I'll save this for another, since I'm making 7 journals, I need extra ephemera to tuck things in. All right, let's say that this one is here. And let's say that this one is here. Okay, and I will be putting paper in there later. I'll show it to you tomorrow. And you can see, oh, this one is a little too generous sized. Let's cut her down a little bit. Is that gonna fit? Nope, a little more. Put this. Yep, that should work. I like rounding corners. It pleases my eye. I know not everyone is into rounded corners, but that's okay. All right. Next, I saw someone. I can't remember now who it was. Oh, one of the ladies doing this challenge. She used the top of this card that's a bowl of Jell-O that otherwise on the card appears upside down as a tab topper. And I thought, okay, that's smart. I like that idea. So here we are. Let's make this a tab topper. And a little bit of ribbon. I have some red, but it's a little too shiny red. What can I use? I have this sort of muted. I don't know if I like that. The green, is the green okay? Let's try that. I have all my ribbons that I put together when I was preparing for this challenge. It was kind of interesting. I have not done it this way before. gathering things together first. I know that sounds funny that I haven't done it that way before, but yeah, well, some of us are slow learners. How about that? Yeah, I think that's a little pretty, or unless I do it like so. How about like that? Yep, that's better. I like that better. All right. You know what? I have a really neat punch. Hang on. Talk amongst yourselves while I go to the drawer and get the punch out. So this one has a double, I don't know what you call it, punch. And I can thread ribbon or like this through, seam binding through. I've done it before on a card, all the way down one side. Looks like I'm looking out the window, which is directly in front of me, and there are children running by and families preparing to have a festive meal, it looks like. So we might have a little bit of noise here, and I apologize ahead of time. Just people enjoying their day. That's what happens when you live in a community, huh? Some people are quiet, some people aren't, and that's life in general. We traveled for a couple years, number of years, with our RV, and yeah, you get a chance to meet different people and understand that just because you do things one way, they don't necessarily do it that way. So it should have made moving into a apartment complex easier, but yeah. When you get used to doing things a certain way, it's interesting having to relearn things. Now these images are from Cara Brennan's Friday freebie. I printed those out also. So we'll just keep it all strawberry related and go from there. I think I'd like to make this into a flip so that whoever has this little pocket thing can journal on both sides, or there's something underneath that's hidden. So I'm going to use washi tape. I have this washi tape that says beautiful. And let's try and make that work. It's about the right length, and it could be the right color to complement things. So I do this. Bring it down like so, and I'll put one on this side, and this I may glue. My glue stick is on the floor, it rolled off the table. So I'm using art glitter glue. There's no glitter in this glue, it's just the name of the company. There we go. Beautiful. And it gets tucked in there. How's that? Okay, and this one I'm going to leave it just as it is, I think. Yeah. On the back of this, yeah, that's about the right size. Okay, let's work on this. Put a little bit of, yep, tracing paper down. I think I'd like the ragged edge. How are we going to do that? We'll do it this way. The ragged edge here. Getting a little quiet. And glue does make this pucker a little bit, this tracing paper pucker. But that's okay. It as it dries, the pucker goes away. This is just printed on very lightweight copy paper. Not the weight that I prefer. I prefer a 32 pound. But I'm also aware of not adding too much bulk to things when I'm adding them to the cardstock. So this card here is on a very lightweight cardstock. So you don't want too much heft. Memories. There. That's a good one to put on there. Memories. Have you gone strawberry picking this year? Do you usually go? We went last year. We took our grandson. He was just a little bit too young to do that, though. And of course, you know what was happening, so we were aware of being very distanced from others. And how about some washi tape at the top? I have some green. I have this green. I have these lemons and limes, but it's strawberries today. I have this one. Let's try this one. Or we could just go back to the beautiful. I don't think that'll work. A narrow washi will be good. Oops, go back here. There we go. Just add a little bit of interest. There we go. Check that in there. I can even hang over. What do you think? Should I add just a little something to this? Maybe. What can we add to this? Let me find the little... Oh, I know. Here. This was from the Friday freebie also, and I think it'll just fit if I fussy cut along here. A tray of goodies. So we had our 37th wedding anniversary, and for the day we took a little jaunt to a city that's an hour and a half from us, and it's called Greensboro. And in Greensboro they have a hotel called the O. Henry Hotel. When I was growing up in Canada, there was a chocolate bar, O. Henry. It wasn't about that. It's about the writer, O. Henry. He wrote about more than 300 short stories. The one short story you may be familiar with is called The Gift of the Magi. But we went and we had tea with all kinds of little goodies. I'll put some pictures at the end of this video so you can see where we had our tea. It was lovely. And we listened to some of his short stories in the truck on the way there. So that was kind of fun. Yeah. Okay. I'll just add the paper here and call this done for today. Anyhow, day 2. And about strawberries, and we have a little strawberry poem and a few other sayings. You are very sweet. I wish you well. It's Lori with Positive Thanks Living. Take care. Stay tuned to see some pictures of the high tea that we had at O. Henry's hotel. Take care.